Hello to all the Irish in Australia. My name is Martin Salvo and I'm an immigration lawyer and migration agent at Salvo Migration. And in this video we're going to talk about the common pathways for those looking to migrate from Ireland and the UK to Australia. So let's get started. So to begin with, if you are from Ireland or the UK and are in Australia, chances are you've entered on either a working holiday visa or a tourist visa. Now the great thing about these visas is that they allow you to apply for further visas from onshore, which leads us to pathway 1, which is Australian partner visas. When it comes to applying for Australian partner visas from inside the country, you have two particular pathways. The first is if you are in a de facto relationship with your Australian partner, or if you are in a married relationship with your Australian partner. Now whether you are either de facto or married, you are still applying for the same visa from onshore, and that is what is called an 820/801. Now that is in fact a dual application, a combined application for two visas together, and what will happen is the visa will take approximately 12 to 18 months to be decided, and the visa you will be granted first is the 820, and that is your temporary visa. 2 years from when you made the original application, you'll be eligible for your 801, which is your permanent visa. Now, whilst you are in the country waiting for the 820, you will be here on a bridging visa, which is issued to you when you made the original application. Now, the great thing about this bridging visa is that it will have full-time work rights, allowing you to work whilst you wait for the visa to be granted. Now, that is pathway 1. Now, common pathway 2 for those that are from Ireland and the UK are sponsored visas, where an Australian employer sponsors you for a particular visa. Now, there are more than one current sponsored visas available, and they are the 457, the ENS, and the RSMS. Now, the difference between each of these three visas really depends on the types of qualifications that you have and the amount of work experience that you have. But very commonly we get a lot of applicants from Ireland and the UK that are trade qualified and are applying under specific trades. Now the good thing about trades is that they are on the right list. Now there are different lists depending on which visa you're looking to apply for, but chances are if you are trade qualified from back home, there is a likelihood that you will be eligible for one of these visas. But even if you are not trade qualified, there might still be a pathway. So it's something we'd probably have to sit down and have a chat with and figure out exactly what visa might be best suited for you, but chances are there'll be some pathway available. But do keep in mind that regardless of which of these three visas are you looking to apply for, they do require an Australian employer to give you sponsorship. That now leads us to the third and final common pathway to permanent residency from those from Ireland and the UK, and that is specifically for those that don't have an Australian partner or don't have an Australian employer that's looking to sponsor them. Generally, the last resort is to apply for what's called a general skilled migration visa. Now these visas are underpinned by a points test. Now points are awarded for things like age, English, work experience and qualifications. Now it may sound odd coming from the UK and Ireland to have to pass an English test to meet the points test, but it's very common. So if you've had friends or family that have had to sit the English test for a visa, chances are it was for a GSM visa in order to meet the points test. Now there are some other requirements in terms of having to get what's called a migration skills assessment. Now this is what I would like to call a certification of your work experience or qualifications from back home, which is basically the key that allows you to apply for GSM visas if you also meet the points test. So there are a few things to cover when it comes to general skilled migration visas, so it's probably something best discussed in consultation. We can go over your facts in a little bit more detail. So in summary, the three common pathways to permanent residency or to migrate permanently to Australia from UK and Ireland are 1. Australian partner visas for those that are fortunate enough to find an Australian partner. Number 2, if you have an Australian employer that's looking to sponsor you, or if you don't fall within pathway 1 or pathway 2, depending on your qualifications and work experience, you may be able to look at pathway 3, which is general skilled migration visas through the points test. Now, some visas are more beneficial than others. Costs do vary in terms of visa application charges. However, one way or another, if you are fortunate enough to qualify under one of these pathways, I'd be very confident that we will be able to secure your stay in Australia permanently. So thanks for watching. I hope this video has been helpful and clarified some visa options for you. If you do have any questions or would like an assessment of your visa eligibility, please do feel free to give our office a call on 1300 644 788, or you're more than welcome to leave an inquiry online at salvomigration.com.au. Thank you very much.